Hello, I'm Philip Duncan. Thank you very much for joining us. We are tracking an enormous area of high pressure just to the east of the country and a couple of rainmakers that are moving in on the other side of it. Let's take a look at the wind map and you can see this huge area, absolutely huge area of high pressure just to our east. That is encouraging a more humid airflow around the North Island. It's not a very strong one because most of that wind and airflow is out to sea, but a little bit of it is coming into the North Island. We've also got a storm in the Southern Ocean, and the strong westerly winds associated with that are also about to move into the South Island for Friday. So this is how Friday is shaping up. This enormous high out to the east, encouraging a northeasterly flow just off the coastline, but a little bit of it is coming into the North Island. So you'll notice just a little bit more humidity and maybe an early morning drizzle patch as we saw on Thursday, but there might also be then an afternoon downpour, isolated. Downpours on the west coast are more widespread. That's a band of rain moving slowly northwards, and with it the strong northerly winds, which is basically the squash zone, and then you've got the storm in the Southern Ocean, which has another surge of wind also sort of pushing in towards the lower part of New Zealand. Now as we head in towards Saturday, that windy weather does stay mostly south of us because in comes the next high, and that is really settling things down. But the front is detached from the low, and it'll fall apart as it moves into the North Island on Saturday. So this is really about it. There'll be a little bit of patchy rain or showers around Taranaki, and then it moves into the northern part of the country later in the day as just a couple of showers, a couple of drizzle patches. It won't be much. And the eastern side gets basically nothing other than a few showers around Canterbury, which will be welcome, I'm sure. On Sunday, high pressure is pretty much in control, so not a lot going on, but there will be a couple of isolated showers around the North Island, so that's some good news, but it is really, to be honest with you, a mostly dry day on Sunday. And then as we get into next week, Monday, we've still got all this big block of high pressure, and in fact what it's doing is it's making a very clear line of easterly winds to our north, which then turn around and come down as northerlies. So basically subtropical air is moving down and over the country on Monday, especially the South Island. It'll be a bit windy on the back end of that high, and coupled with that storm stuck in the Southern Ocean. And once we get to Tuesday, here's an interesting map. So New Zealand's a bit small, it looks like a lot of rain, but it's really just rain moving up the west coast and some downpours in the North Island, afternoon, heat showers. But the reason why I wanted to show you this map is showing the change that we're getting now as we head into March. High pressure, and then you've got a gap where some rain might be, and then the next high. So we're getting a bit of a break now in between the highs, and that's the best chance to get some rain. And there's another chance again, we think around the second week of March. So we'll be keeping a very close eye on this part of the world over the next couple of weeks. That is all from me. We'll see you again on Friday with the latest for the weekend.